Hi there, and welcome to Boxing Media Hub, proudly in partnership with Falcon Contracting and Jam's Boxing Chat. We're here for another live prediction show, this time of Jose Carlos Ramirez versus Arnold Barboza Jr., which is taking place on Saturday. This should be a cracking fight, mate. After the last fight Barboza Jr. had, we all know what happened in that fight, and we will get to that. But I'm delighted to be joined by my good friend, Mr. Neutral. How are you today, mate? Are you good?
I'm very well, thank you, James, once again for having me on your show.
Absolute pleasure, matey. Absolute pleasure. Yeah, it's on the Zerdo undercard. It's a fantastic fight at super lightweight 140. The last time Barboza was out, Barboza Jr., was against Sean McComb. This is what I wanted to dive straight into. Did you watch the fight? I think you did. I'm not even sure.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
me and you do the watch along, maybe, even?
No, I don't think it was that occasion, but yeah, I certainly did watch the fight. Cracking fight, absolutely. Split decision in the end.
Yeah.
Could have gone either way.
I was going to say, how did you have it? And in all honesty, mate, because to be honest, I think I had McCoon. That left jab was just sticking on him all night, and I think it was a bad decision, in my opinion. Not a robbery, but a bad decision. What was your thoughts?
Oh, I have to agree, James. I thought McCoon done enough, but Barboza got the result on the night. 30-0, and it's lined up this lovely fight between him and Jose Ramirez. Two great fighters. Arnold Barboza Jr., very loud, very in your face type of fighter against the laid back Jose Ramirez, who's been at the top. He knows how to win titles. Done it against Orozco, Morris Hooker. Can't remember the last one. Was it Pedraza?
Jose Pedraza. Yeah, he's also beat Jose Cepeda. His only loss was to Josh Taylor, your fellow Scotsman.
That's right. So he picked up his titles along the way, and then it was obviously that undisputed meeting with Josh Taylor. Didn't go his way. Knocked down twice in the 6th and 7th.
Yeah.
The southpaw style of Josh Taylor, who was at his prime at that time, that was the time for him to move up after that fight, but that's another story. So, Ramirez has only done what a unified champion would do since such a defeat, and he's now working his way back up at 32, and he's still young enough to get another crack. Get another crack at
the big time
title shot. Yeah, and this is a showcase fight for both of them now.
It is, mate. Yeah, if he beats the 30-0 man in Arnold Barboza Jr., it stands him in good stead for some massive fights down the line. He beat Ranchez Barthelemy. I can hardly say that name. It's a tongue fill. Yeah. But Barthelemy last time out by UD. He knocked out Richard Comey, who's no easy opponent. So Ramirez,
tidy knockout. Yeah,
it really is, mate. He's a very, very slick operator, very tough fighter. And he's going in, like we said, against the 30-0 unbeaten Arnold Barboza Jr. There was a lot of hype behind this man. It kind of wobbled a bit after the Sean McComb fight, would you say? Because people know what they've seen, and we all seen the same thing, in my opinion. Most people I speak to seen that Sean McComb should have come out on top. I won't go as far as Esther West Boxing, who says it was a robbery. I won't call it a robbery, but it was definitely a bad decision, in my opinion. We've got to get to the point now where we stop using the word robbery too often, because robberies are Tim Bradley against Pacquiao. That's a robbery. The Oshaki Foster versus Robson Conce South first fight, that was a robbery. This was not a robbery, it was just a bad bit of judgery, Do you agree with that, Mr. Neutral? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, you'll get jams. You'll get people who totally agree with you, and then you'll get people who say, well, bad judging is a robbery. So it's down to the beholder. I personally thought it could have gone the other way, but, it wasn't for me. If I knew a fight had won by, say, 2 or 3 rounds, and the judges give it the other way by 2 or 3 rounds, that's a 6-round swing, and that's a robbery.
Yeah.
Whereas if a split decision, I believe one of the judges had McComb way up, 116, 112.
112 was it? No,
that's
sorry,
right,
98, 92, sorry, 98, 92.
Yeah, 98,
92. Wasn't it?
And the other two had it 97, 93, 97, 94. So, I tend to go with the medium on this, which was the two judges. So that was just about. But even so, I thought it was closer than that still. So um, while that fight wasn't a highlight fight for bad judging, it certainly was one of the fights you could because that's got shades of Bev and Bevel about that fight. One
Yeah,
judge had it
you can
so
see how
wide.
they scored it from different angles. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a
yeah,
very intriguing fight. I just felt McComb with that left jab constantly in Barboza's face, and Barboza didn't know how to deal with the southpaw, in my opinion. But this time he's got an orthodox fighter in
that
one
is a big.
Jose Carlos Ramirez. So how do you see this fight going, Neutral? Break this one down. How do you see it going, mate, between Ramirez and Barboza? Do you think Barboza stays undefeated? Or does Ramirez get back to the top where he was allegedly before he lost to Josh Taylor? Do you think he gets back there and becomes a world beater again? Or will Barboza carry on with his undefeated resume?
Well, they're both the same age. Barbosa's definitely on his way up, but 30 fights by now, you would have thought he would have been, fighting for titles. Jose Ramirez was fighting at his 19th and 21st, respectively. So Jose Ramirez, for me, has got that underlying experience at the top level against a very ferocious, fast starting Arnold Barboza Jr.
Yeah.
Uh, from Brazil. I just think that Ramirez has that experience to mix it up with Barbosa and just show that class and that level that he's been fighting at for a long time. There's a good line through this fight through Jose Pedraza, both won by unanimous decision,
Yeah.
but Ramirez toyed with him rather than, Barbosa making it a fight, the way he did with him. So I think for me, I've got it down as a points win for Jose Ramirez.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say 97-93.
That's a fair point, Mr. Neutral. Thank you so much, mate. And yeah, I'm not too far different on that, mate. I think Ramirez takes this. There's talks of him fighting Jack Catterall in the Golden Boy matchroom 5v5, isn't there? So if he wants that fight on his payroll, he better show his metal here and do the job against Arnold Barboza Jr.
Absolutely.
I was a huge fan of Barboza before that fight with Sean McComb. I
Mm.
did lose a bit of interest in his career after that because I do feel he was beaten in that fight. Doesn't mean
Like
he's a
you
bad
said,
fighter.
yeah, it's like you
He's a
said, he got exposed with the
He did.
jab from
Southpaw
the
jab was just
southpaw.
killing him all night long. But
Like
that
you,
doesn't mean
but
nothing. It means nothing in the long haul.
yeah,
It could just be one bad night. He could come back now more vengeful than ever
Ramirez
and be
had the
better than
same
ever.
problem. Yeah, Ramirez had the same problem against Josh Taylor, the southpaw.
Exactly.
Thankfully, two orthodox fighters coming together. It's a fascinating, intriguing fight. Both have
It
got
is.
everything to play for. I expect a war. I expect a war of attrition, but I do think the slick boxing skills of Jose Ramirez, for me, are praying from a boxing point of view that comes through.
Yeah, and I wouldn't disagree. Like I say, I'm going Ramirez as well, mate. I'm probably not as wide as you. I won't go as wide, but I'm going to go for a close decision, maybe even a split. I think it's going to be right on the nose line. I think one of them's just going to pick the other, and I'm going to take Jose Carlos Ramirez to get the win. So it should be a good fight. Make sure everyone tunes in. Hopefully, I'll be doing a live watch along. So make sure you're there. We'll just run through a couple of comments, Mr. Neutral, and then we'll wrap this prediction show up. Håkan Johansson, away from Sweden. Big up yourself, sir. He said, big up to Jam and Mr. Neutral.
Big
SWS
up,
Boxer
Hawker.
said, legends. Thank you, sir. And
Thank
that's
you.
McComb got robbed. Yeah, we've seen that one earlier. I'm saying Barboza UD here, says SWS Boxing.
Good
He
luck.
had it 8-2 to McComb. Carl Widow, good evening, lads. Good evening, Carl, mate. Good to see you. I've not seen you for a moment. Hawkan says, my prediction is Ramirez wins unanimous decision. And Carl Widow has said, stop clicking the pen, Neutral. Clicking the pen, mate. That's the OCD, brother. That's the OCD. We can't help that. Right then. So that's our quick prediction from Jam and Mr. Neutral for Boxing Media Hub. Thank you everyone for tuning in, everyone who comments. Please head over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Give it a like, give it a share. You know what I mean? We'll bring you more boxing content We'll be back tomorrow with more. We'll let you know then. Mr. Neutral, thank you so much, my brother.
Anytime.
You have a good week. Well, good week, should I say. And I will see you very, very soon. God bless y'all.